It's no secret that Manchester United have been very frail in recent transfer windows. From spending hundreds of millions on wasted talent and struggling to offload overpaid scraps, it's time we prepare for one of our most important transfer windows in recent years. Now, we have gotten lucky with certain transfers, but that's like saying Stevie Wonder has the eyesight of an eagle. In this video, I've scouted 5 key players that I think would revolutionise Manchester United, targeting all weak areas in our squad from the starting 11 to our bench. So strap yourself in, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload of Red Devils TV, and comment down below on some players you would like to see at Manchester United. Player number 1 is Glenson Bremer, a right-sided physical centre-back. Now, if you don't know much about him, he is the perfect stereotype of a Brazilian centre-half. He's also currently 27 years old, which for me is the perfect age category for a Manchester United centre-back. And he's currently playing for Italian giants Juventus. This season he has a statistic of 97% starts for Juventus in the Serie A this season. In just 30 games, he's picked up 7 yellow cards and 2 goals, all from set pieces. He's 6'1", aerially dominant, averaging at 2.9 aerial duels 1 per 90. And personally, I'd think he'd be an amazing partner for Lisandro Martinez. Now, Bremer isn't the most versatile centre-half in Europe, I am going to be honest here. But like I said, with a partner like Lisandro Martinez, hopefully we won't have many issues and a beautiful partnership can be formed. Because with the rumour emerging that Raphael Varane is going to possibly leave Manchester United this season on a free transfer, Manchester United definitely needs to be prepared for the summer and sign a centre-back that's good as Raphael Varane. And with a market value of £60 million, Bremer would bring a lot to Manchester United, being that first team right-sided centre-back. Because personally for me, with other targets like Todibo and Branthwaite, I just don't think for the price tag that's going to be required, they aren't worth that price tag. Where with Bremer, he's a ready-made centre-back now and definitely can transform Manchester United from the back. Player number 2 is Louis Openda, a rapid Belgian striker who's been killing it in a very competitive Bundesliga season. At 24 years old and his debut season with RB Leipzig, Openda has proven he can play at the highest level. And what you also need to understand about Openda is that he's so versatile in the front three. Left wing, striker and right wing, he can play any position, but he is a more natural number 9. And I think that'd be perfect for Manchester United because of how short we've been up front this season when it comes to options. But when I was choosing the 5 players to choose in this video today, I was on the fence about Openda because of Rasmus Højlund. Now, I'm going to go a little bit off topic here, but Manchester United paid £70 million for Rasmus Højlund last season. And would it be wise to purchase a player that's equally as good as Rasmus Højlund? For me, the answer is yes. Now, despite Rasmus Højlund being a fan favourite in the Manchester United fan base, he has been ruled out a few times this season with injuries. And when Højlund hasn't been available, he's been a massive miss and you can definitely tell that the squad's lacking goals. So bringing in someone like Openda would definitely improve Manchester United when it comes to squad options. And I also think Openda is a massive first team quality player and could even bench the likes of Marcus Rashford, Højlund and Garnacho. His stats this season are beyond impressive with 31 goal contributions in just 38 games for RB Leipzig. He's definitely a player Manchester United should definitely be looking at, and with a market value at £60 million, with goal contributions like that, we have to sign this guy at all costs. Now, I'm going to leave a little counter on the screen somewhere about the market value of these players that we would add, and let's see at the end of the video how much the market value would be and Manchester United could be paying for these players if we went to purchase them in real life. Now, player number 3 is Alex Grimaldo. Now, if you don't know who Alex Grimaldo is, you've been living under a rock because Alex Grimaldo has probably been one of the world's greatest left backs this season alone. He's had a sensational season with Bayern Leverkusen under Xabi Alonso, who have probably surprised the entire footballing world because, let's be honest, the Bundesliga is considered a farmers' league. Bayern Munich practically win it every single season, but Xabi Alonso and Bayern Leverkusen have come out of absolute nowhere and have dominated the league all season long, and Alex Grimaldo is a key player in that system. Now, if you don't know who Alex Grimaldo is, he is a 5'8", 5'9" left back, left-footed obviously, but the reason why I put him on this list is because he's amazing at set pieces. And it's not even just set pieces, it's his crossing ability, his versatility, his progressiveness. He's absolutely everything you need in a modern day fullback. And with 5.5 progressive passes and 3.8 progressive carries per 90, he's definitely a player that we would need in our squad. But this is where I'm going to blow your mind. With 11 goals and 15 assists in just 40 appearances this season, them stats alone should be telling you why we should be signing Alex Grimaldo. Now I'm going to give you a bit of a backstory about Alex Grimaldo because I've followed him for some time now and I've desperately wanted at Manchester United for a few years now. So he was released from Barcelona's academy in the 2015-2016 season and played for Benfica ever since before this season. 8 years he played for Benfica for and putting up progressive numbers season after season. And then towards the end of last season, he agreed to join Bayern Leverkusen on a free transfer. And then goes on to provide 11 goals and 15 assists in all competitions this season. Is absolutely mental. And I think on a free transfer, he's got to be considered signing of the season in the entirety of Europe. Forget your McAllisters, forget your Declan Rice. Alex Grimaldo's probably been the greatest signing this season alone. And with a market value of £45 million, you're not going to find a left back with this amount of calibre for that price tag. Because yes, he is 28 years old, but he's still absolutely rapid. He's defensively aware. And like I said, the perfect modern day fullback. Now for me, it's time for Luke Shaw to leave Manchester United or even become the backup left back because he is not good enough to be Manchester United's main left back anymore in my opinion. Because he's another player that's been letting down Manchester United season after season with consistent injuries. And he's missed 46% of games for Manchester United this season, which is absolutely ridiculous. So we have to find a first team quality left back, and for me, Alex Grimaldo is the perfect replacement for Luke Shaw. Because I know Luke Shaw is a massive fan favourite in our fan base, but the fans can just not hold on to that 2020 incredible season forever. Roberto Carlos is dead. Player number 4 is Tayun Cope-Mainers. Now, Cope-Mainers is going to be our Casemiro replacement. Now, first of all, we need to talk about Casemiro because the drop-off from last season to this season is just depressing. Because to see what he was last season and how brilliant he was for Manchester United, the drop-off has been just devastating to see because he was without a doubt one of our best players last season, up there with Marcus Rashford and Lisandro Martinez, and arguably one of the Premier League signings of the season, even when we brought him in for £70 million. Now, if you don't know too much about Cope-Mainers, he's one of the most standout players in Serie A this season. Currently plays for Atalanta and is a lone 6 defensive midfielder, who is very versatile and can play as a 10 and a number 8. He's a truly well-rounded midfielder. Now, I'm still sat here hoping we don't sell Casemiro and his future at Manchester United is a massive doubt. But with someone like Amrabat, who's just been a catastrophic failure at Manchester United on loan, he's just been a shadow of what he was at Fiorentina, and we should definitely be avoiding a permanent transfer for Amrabat. So with someone like Cope-Mainers, I feel like he would be the perfect backup to Casemiro and could possibly even dethrone him. Because personally for me, he's equally as good as Casemiro. Now, like I said, Casemiro's drop-off this season has been incredible. But even when Casemiro's played, at his worst, he's still been better than the likes of Amrabat and Scott McTominay when they've come in to replace him. So Cope-Mainers, as a lone 6 and who's very versatile in other areas of the midfield, he's definitely a player we must consider to buy. With 5.9 progressive passes per 90 and 2.4 tackles per 90 on average, Cope-Mainers, his stats are incredible. And with 13 goals and 4 assists this season from a CDM, that is incredible. He would definitely add more firepower to our midfield, and he's also that anchor we've also been missing this season. And with the possibility of having a midfield free of Bruno Fernandes, whose goal contribution stats are absolutely ridiculous, generational talent in Kobbie Mainoo who can produce moments like Liverpool and Wolves, and also the possibility of the signing of Cope-Mainers, that just makes me so horny. Plus, with a market value of €40 million, he's definitely a must-buy, and no doubt other big clubs will be sniffing around him this summer. So hopefully Manchester United can be early for once on transfers and sign someone like Cope-Mainers, because no doubt he will transform any club that he goes to. And like I said at the start of the video, this is going to be Manchester United's most important summer transfer window in recent years. So hopefully we can get signings in early for pre-season and see what signings are made of. Now, player number 5 is Keparan Thuram. Now, Thuram is a player for me that caught my eye a few seasons ago, and especially in the summer of last season, because Liverpool were heavily linked with this player, and due to FSG and the transfer window rules that they have at Liverpool, they were unable to sign this player. Now, what makes this player and this possible transfer really possible, we could say, is that he currently plays for a team called Nice in the French league. Now, I'm not Einstein and I'm not Doc from Back to the Future, but my maths is quite okay. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is Manchester United's co-owner. Thuram plays for Nice. Sir Jim Ratcliffe also owns Football Club Nice. Now, I'm not going to give you the final answer, but, it is quite easy to make a transfer like this happen. Just a quick, easy transfer that is also quite cheap because Thuram has a market value of 35 million euros. So what? Around 32 million pounds for a brilliant box-to-box midfielder. That is, for me, a brilliant signing that Manchester United could definitely make. Now, at 6'3", a natural box-to-box midfielder, he is everything we want in a midfielder. Now, yes, he isn't brilliant when it comes to goals and assists, but it's his individual play that makes him stand out and would definitely revolutionise Manchester United's midfield. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say he's a replacement for Kobbie Mainoo, but he's definitely a replacement for someone like Scott McTominay. Now, I like Scott McTominay. He's a brilliant squad player, but for someone like Marcus Thuram, who is more of a progressive player when it comes to possession-based football, he stands out so much more for someone like Scott McTominay. And I personally believe Manchester United should cash in on Scott McTominay this season. He's been a very crucial player in important moments for us this season, but I feel like that he could do so much better somewhere else, and Manchester United could make an upgrade and progress as a football club. Now, Scott McTominay has everything about him: brilliant leadership, brilliant mentality, but I just think the footballing ability to make Manchester United a top-level side just isn't there. And having players like Scott McTominay is what's holding us back to becoming that top four and possibly even title contending team. But anyway, going back to Thuram, he's a relentless midfielder and he's everything we want. He's everything that Eric Ten Hag wants when it comes to pressing stats. Like I said about possession-based football, Thuram is definitely a player that Manchester United should be looking at. Now, as well, the knee situation. There's also players like Todibo Manchester United could be signing. But I said, my option's Bremer, like I said at the start of the video, was my first choice centre-back. So having someone like Thuram, who also plays for Nice, it would be very, very interesting to bring him into Manchester United. And Scott McTominay, we should definitely cash in for. I would definitely not recommend us doing a swap deal with Nice from Scott McTominay for Thuram, because I think equally, they're both the same market value. I would even like to keep Scott McTominay, but with the possibility of Manchester United not getting Champions League football, we have to cash in on a few players, and especially a few players who have performed this season. And for me, Scott McTominay is one of them players. So Manchester United will definitely be looking to sell Scott McTominay in the summer, in my opinion. And bringing in someone like Marcus Thuram, you could probably get about 40 million for Scott McTominay. So bringing in Thuram for around 35 million euros, you'd also make a profit on that because you'd be pure selling Scott McTominay for around 40 million pounds. And I definitely believe someone like West Ham would snatch up Scott McTominay with a click of the fingers. But with Thuram, like I said, he's 6'3". He wins a lot of aerial duels. He's very progressive. He's brilliant in the possession-based football. And I just think he'd be a great signing for us. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say he'd be a starting 11 player for Manchester United, because if Manchester United keep Casemiro, or even if we sign Kobbie Mainoo, Thuram will probably fall down the pecking order and would be a squad rotational option player. But he is a first team quality player. But with someone like Kobbie Mainoo in our squad, we're probably not going to drop him anytime soon because he is our generational talent. But it would be nice to see Kobbie Mainoo be brought off from time to time when he does have a bad game or when he does need a rest, and not rely on him so much. Because for me, that's been one of our most frustrating parts of this season, Kobbie Mainoo. We've relied on him so much, and at just 18 years old and about to turn 19, we don't want to run him into the ground before he's 21 and ridicule him and make him injury prone. We want to take care of him and his fitness. So bringing in someone like Thuram would definitely change the way we'd be able to play and rotate Kobbie Mainoo. Because at the end of the day, no matter how good Kobbie Mainoo is, he still needs that rest and development. But yes, for me, Thuram would not be a first team option player, but he would be one of the first players off the bench. So what were your thoughts on the players I mentioned in today's video? For me, I feel like the 5 options that I made were very good. And like I said, I feel like these players will revolutionise Manchester United in the way we play, in the way that we'd have availability. It would really, really change the way we play football. And I also feel like each and every one of these players are true professionals and would fit into the squad really well. They have the correct mentality. And when it comes to the system that Erik ten Hag wants to play, they would definitely be able to fit in and adapt very, very quickly. But let me know in the comments down below on any other players you would like to see me do these scout reports on, because if we get enough players, and I see enough players in the comments down below, I'll definitely do a part 2 on other players that could definitely change the way Manchester United play. So as always, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload of Red Devils TV, and get your comments in the comments down below, because I want to see you guys communicating. If I've picked crap players, let me know and tell me players you want to see Manchester United sign, or even players that Manchester United should be signing, and players I'll even do videos on. So anyway, once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.